Alright, hey guys, how's it going? So I got a beautiful song for you today. We're going to do Fade Into You by Mazzy Star. We're going to put this in an open tuning and add in some of the vocal melody. The song's real simple. It's just like A major, E major, B minor, and then they throw in a D major in the chorus, I think. But anyway, I thought that'd be the perfect song for an open tuning. I definitely wanted to hear that kind of airy, droning, suspended type of sound. And so I sat down, tried to figure something out, and found it. And then we'll add in some of the vocal melody as well. She sings in a very draggy sort of way, right? She sings behind the beat a lot of the time, and it kind of gives it that melancholy type of vibe. But if you've ever studied songwriting, you know that whatever beat you choose to come in on when you sing evokes a different type of emotion. So like in the chorus, for example, she'll come in on the and of two, right? So when you're sitting there, it's like 1 and 2 fade, right? And it gives you this kind of longing. It kind of pulls you in and makes you like hang on every word she's singing. And that's what kind of gives that song its effect, right? That and the 6/8 time signature. So we're not in standard 4/4, playing in 6/8. And we'll just try to add in some of that. And because of the time signature and the way she comes in on the beats, she does, it playing the vocal melody exactly like she's singing it while playing the rhythm isn't really possible. I mean, you can do it, but it doesn't sound good. It sounds kind of jerky. So I'm just going to come in like a beat later in certain areas and then just kind of phrase things a little bit differently here and there to just kind of give it the effect, but not be like 100% exact. So you can play around with it, mess around, kind of phrase it however you want. But let's just go ahead and get into the intro. Alright, so for the intro part, the strumming is really the key, right? So pretty much the whole song is going to be down, down, up, right? That's going to be your strum pattern. And then we'll change that slightly when we do some little walk downs. There's like some little piano walk downs we'll try to mimic. And then when we change the vocal melody, we'll have to change that strum pattern and kind of break away from it for a second. But that's the main kind of theme throughout, is that. So instead of counting like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and you'd be 1 and 2, 2 and 2, 3 and 2, 4 and 2, 1 and 2. Alright, so get a drum beat, get a metronome. You can, if you don't have a metronome, you can find one on YouTube. There's no excuse nowadays not to have one available. So you can find like 6/8 time, 80 beats a minute. You can do 80 or 160 depending on how the metronome's set, but you can probably find one for 80 beats a minute and 6/8 on YouTube. But so let's start out, right? So we'll have Alright, so that'll be the intro before we get into the verse part where she starts singing. We'll do 5 on the low E and 4 on G. Kind of finger these however you like. I like to use my middle and ring finger. And then all the other strings will be open. So just 5 on E, 4 on G. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, right? Then on the last one, I'll do an open, like an upstroke with the open strings, because we're already tuned to like A sus2, right? And I'm not going to know the names of all these chords. I'll put them up here in the description, but there's just some version of like sus2, sus4, add 2, add 4, add 9, add 11, all that kind of stuff, right? So then we're going to go to this E chord. We'll have open E, 2 on A, open D, 2 on G, open B and E. Alright, same strum pattern. Then we're going to go to this B. And instead of making this minor, like it's very minor in the song, we're going to kind of suspend it. I think this is like a B7, sus4, sus2. It's some kind of suspended B. Just thought it sounded pretty. Kind of gave out the minor quality, right? You could put it in if you wanted to, like, what is it? Like that would be your straight minor. But instead we're going to play, right? So it just gives it a different feel. So mute out the low E. You could play the low E. That's your F sharp. You could put your 5 on the bottom. It doesn't sound bad, but it definitely gives it a different tonality that I didn't want in there. So just mute out the low E with your thumb. Have 2 on A and D, open G, B, and E. Okay, then we'll take our pinky, we'll form, this is like basically an E minor shape. You're going to want to use your middle and ring finger, because if you don't, you're going to have trouble when we get to playing the verse vocal melody. So then we'll go to like an E7 shape. Keep that E muted out. Go 3 on B with your pinky. Then slide down to 2 on B. Then open B, right? And then we'll go back to that A. We're going to phrase this differently. We'll only play it 2 different ways. We'll do the part where we just had it. And then we'll do another one where we do down hits the second time. Mimicking, there's like this piano with a lot of reverb on it, like an upright or something. It's like dong, 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 dong. We're just trying to mimic that part. Okay, so your first pass at it. Second time around, everything's the same. We're just gonna phrase the ending different, right? Second time, when we get to 3, we'll go down, down, up, down, up. And we'll do all down hits. 3, 2, open. Back to your 1 chord. Okay, so that's all it is. Make sure you have a beat or a metronome going, right? That's very important. You get back to the 1 in time and walk that down so you're not, playing too far ahead or behind the beat. Okay, so that'll be your whole intro, right? Okay, so that's your intro, and then we'll go ahead and we get into the verse part with the vocal melody. So let's go ahead and get into the verse. Alright, so for the verse part, every verse is going to begin the same way, right? And then we'll change the vocal melody a little bit. We're not trying to be exact, just trying to do some stuff that sounds cool, sounds in the ballpark of what she's singing. So the basic theme will be, that'll be every time. We'll do that. We'll go from A, then we'll walk down on the G from 4 to 2 to open, and then go to E. And that's how we'll begin all 4 of these different phrases that we play, right? So 5 on E, 4 on G, all the other strings are open. I'll do it down, down, up, and then I'll take my index finger off of G and just play it open. Okay, then you want to go back. I'm just going to hit 4. I kind of just hit like open D, G on 4, and then open B and E. Kind of just hit like an upstroke. Actually, these will both be down hits. So go 4 on G to 2 on G, and then open, right? It happens really quick. Then we go to our E, open, 2, open, 2, open, open. Okay, then our first phrase. As I'm strumming that E, I'm just going to slide that shape up 2 frets to the 4th fret on A and G, kind of give it that octave effect. You can hit the low E with it. And then after I play that, I'll hit the open strings. And then we'll go into that B, mute out the low E, 2 on A and D, open G, B, and E. Okay, then we do our little walk down, 3 on B to 2 on B to open B. Okay, so that'll be your first part. Okay, second time begins the same way. Okay, then we're gonna, like I said, everything's the same. 5-4, go down 4 to 2 on G. As we're strumming out this E here, we're going to slide in to 2, slide in from 2 to 4 on A and G. I'm going to go down, down, up, then a down hit again. Then slide up to 4. Then hit the open strings. And then go to your B, mute out the low E, have 2 on A and D, open G, B, and E, right? Okay, then this time we're going to change the phrasing on that walk down. Okay, so you have 2 on A and D, open G, 3 on B, down, down, up, then a down hit on 3, down hit on 2, down hit with the open B, and then back to your 1 chord of A. Alright, so your first 2 parts. Okay, third time, everything, like I said, will be the first part will be the same. This part I just thought sounded cool. I just kind of hear her vocal melody as like a jumbled mess. There's like, I think there's like 8 different verse lines, or maybe more than that. There's a lot. I just kind of hear it all differently. So we do the same thing, 5-4 to open, 4-2 to open on G. And as you hit your open E, strum that down, down, up, down, up, down. And after you hit that down, we're going to slide back, go from 4 on A and G to 2, right? And after you go back to 2, hit the open strings. And then back to your B, mute out the low E, 2 on A and D, open G, B, and E. Do the pinky walk down from 3 to 2 to open on B. Okay, and then the fourth time, the last time will be different, right? I think she sings like 8 lines before she gets to a chorus. The chorus doesn't come in till like for like 90 seconds, right? It's kind of long, but here we're just going to play it 4 times. You can play as many times as you want, and the last time we'll go. And lead us into the chorus, okay? So we do everything the same. Go 5-4, take your finger off of G. Go 4-2 on G to open. Then here, this is a cool transition, right? So if you do this seamlessly, it won't sound like you even changed a chord. So you want to have open, 2, open, 2, open, open, right? That E we've been playing. And then you want to keep the open E, but then you want to go with your index finger. You want to bar the A, D, and G strings. And then, well, that's not it. And then you'll bar A, D, and G on 2, have your pinky on 4 on the D string. And if you kind of slide into it, you won't really hear a pause. Like, you don't want to hear like, you don't want to hear a kind of gap in between. You just kind of want to hear like a seamless, smooth transition, right? Alright, so we'll have. So after you go 2-4-2, we're going to go to this D here. Have a 5 on A and D, mute out the low E, open G, B on 3, and open E. And we'll just kind of strum that out for like, I don't know, what is it, 8 beats or something? 4 beats. And then we'll take our index finger off of B on 3. And we'll just go A and D 5 with all open. Go down a half step to 4. Then go down to 2. And then to 5 on E and 4 on G, all open. And that's when the chorus begins, right? So all together, the whole verse real slow. then we get into the chorus part. So that's the whole verse with the melody. You can repeat that, you can alter it however you want. That's the outline for it. And then we get into the chorus. So let's go ahead and get into the chorus part. Alright, so for the chorus part, we're going to pick up where we left off at the end of the verse, that little walk down that leads us into the one chord of A. So we'll have... Okay, so that's what we're going to go through now. So we have the 5 on E, 4 on G with all the other strings open. Then we're going to follow the same shape, right? We're doing this kind of cool, like little open octave type of thing. We're going to have 7 on E and A, open D, pinky on G on 7, and then open B and E. You can use whatever fingers you want. I just think it's easier using a middle ring and pinky. Then walk that same shape down to 5. You're going to strum out 7, strum out 5. Then we're going to walk down to 4 and just hit that once before we go to B. Is that right? Yeah, so. You just have to have the melody in your head, right? So we're coming in like a beat later, but it still sounds good. Just so we can strum and do the melody at the same time. So after you go 5, 4, open E and G, have 7 on E and A and G with all the other strings open. Down, down, up, down, up. Then we go to 5. Then go to 4, hit that once. And after you hit 4 once on E, A, and G, go back to that B, mute out the low E, have A and D on the 2nd fret, then have G, B, and E. Then we'll go 3, 2 to open, that little walk down with our pinky. Okay, second time, 5 on E, 4 on G. This time I'll take my index finger off the G just to give some variation. Okay, same walk down, 7, 5, 4, and then back to B on the 2nd fret. Okay, this time I'll go to D. After B, I'll walk up and I'll play 5 on A and D, mute out the low E, have open G, B on 3, open E. Then I'll put my ring finger down, or middle finger down on 4 on G. And then go back to A, right? So your first 2 passes at it. The third time, this is where it'll change, and we'll basically do what we did at the last line of the verse getting into the chorus, right? So we'll do, is that right? No, we'll do the same thing. It's the last time, right? So the third time we'll walk down and we'll just do the walk down with the B string, right? So third time, that's what we'll do the third time, right? So you'll just walk down after A, go 7, 5 to 4, E, A, and G. And when you get here, just do the 3 to 2 to open with all the down hits. Okay, and here's where we'll go back to what we did at the end of the verse. Okay, so let's go ahead and play through the first 3 and then we'll go over the last one, right? So the first 3, what do we got? 5, 4, E, and G. Same thing we did at the end of the verse, right? And take your index finger off of 4 on G to open. Then walk down 4 to 2 to open, G with the open D, B, and E. Then to your E, open E, 2 on A, open D, 2 on G, open B and E. Then switch quickly to that bar A, D, and G on 2, have 4 on D with your pinky, have the open A, B, and E. Okay, and then we go back into D. 5, mute out the low E, have 5 on A and D, open G, 3 on B, open E. And here I'll change it just to turn it around, give it a nice resolve. I'll play like 4 beats of just the standard 5 and 3. And then I'll play 2 beats with my middle finger on G on 4. And then I'll go to 5 on A, 4 on D, open G, 3 on B, open E. Right, give it a little dissonance. And instead of resolving back to the normal way we played A, I want to get that note and resolve it. Even though it's the same note that we're already playing here, it just sounds better if we resolve. So after we go A, D, 5, 4, and then open G, B on 3, I'm going to go ring on 5 on E. You can mute out the A or you can play it. It's the same note. So then we're going to have 5 on the D string, 4 on G, open B and E. So you go. You could just go back, but you hear the difference in the sound, right? So anyway, that's the little resolve there. And then you end it the same way we did the intro, right? So after you get through that, here, after you go 5, 5, 4, then you just play your normal E, open, 2, open, 2, open, open, into your B, and then walk it down, 3, 2, open. End it, right? End it on that little all 3 down hits, 3, 2 to open. Now you can end it, you can go back 5 to 4 to E and G. You could just end it 5 on the low E. You could double it. You can play whatever you want, right? They all sound good. You could even walk it down instead of going like you could go like walk it down on the A and D string, 5 to 4 to 2, like we did in the little pre-chorus part. Whatever you want to do, you can play around with it. So that's the whole song. It's a lot of fun to play. There's not a lot of chords, but there's a lot of like phrasing that's going on, a lot of right hand rhythm stuff, and it's really just timing, like really trying to land on the downbeat of the 1, especially after doing those little walk downs, and get back to 5 and 4 on the beat. It's not as easy as it seems. So make sure you get some kind of beat going in 6/8 time at 80 beats a minute, or it could be 160 depending on how you set the metronome. But work on that timing, man. That's what I'm really trying to get better at. I think as guitar players, and I'm guilty of this and I'm trying to get better at it, I think a lot of times we play like around the beat. We're like approximately in time. It's almost like a bullseye on a dartboard, right? Like, you know how on a dartboard you have the green part of the bullseye, then you have the red part. I think a lot of us play in the green little circle there, and it still sounds good, but man, when you stick the knife right in the center of that bullseye, you feel it. It makes a big difference. And once you get that feeling, you want to have that feeling every time. Because, I mean, other than like bending a note in pitch with vibrato, I mean, the best feeling on the guitar for me is playing in time with the beat, being in the pocket. Like, it's the best feeling you can have on a guitar, and I think the only thing second to that would be like bending a note in tune, properly with vibrato is probably like the second best feeling, at least for me. But anyway, man, yeah, so just work on that timing, practice slow, have fun. I'll see you next time.